Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the world of the weird and wonderful with a look at the most bizarre laws from around the globe. You won't believe some of these actually exist. Buckle up, because we're about to take a wild ride through the absurd side of the legal system. All right, let's kick things off in Switzerland, land of chocolate, watches and precision. And apparently, very strict guinea pig regulations. You see, in Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig, one lonely guinea pig just staring out from its cage. Against the law. Why? Because the Swiss government has decided that guinea pigs are social animals and they're prone to loneliness, which, fair enough. I get it, loneliness can be tough on anyone, even guinea pigs. But here's the thing, if you want a guinea pig in Switzerland, you better be ready to commit. Because 1 is a criminal offence, but 2 is totally fine. 3, go wild. 4, you're practically a model citizen. The more, the merrier. It's enough to make you wonder if the Swiss Parliament has a dedicated department of guinea pig affairs just churning out these highly specific regulations. Hans, get me the official cuddle measuring device. We need to make sure these guinea pigs are achieving peak social interaction. But hey, at least the guinea pigs are happy, right? And in the end, isn't that what really matters? A nation that cares for its pets is a nation with a big heart. Next up, we're heading to Singapore, a nation known for its cleanliness, its efficiency, and its distinct lack of chewing gum. That's right, folks, in Singapore, chewing gum is banned. Not just frowned upon, not just discouraged, but straight up illegal. Now, you might be thinking, what's the big deal with a little gum chewing? Well, back in the day, discarded gum was causing quite the sticky situation in Singapore. People were sticking it under tables, on sidewalks, even on public transportation sensors, causing malfunctions and generally making things unpleasant for everyone. So, in 1992, the government decided to take a stand against this sticky menace and implemented a nationwide ban on chewing gum. The ban has been somewhat relaxed in recent years, allowing for the sale of sugar-free gum for medical purposes. But for the most part, chewing gum remains a distant, sticky memory in Singapore. The result? A city that prides itself on its pristine public spaces where you won't find gum stuck to your shoe or under your seat. Tourists and locals alike appreciate the clean environment, making Singapore a unique example of how strict regulations can lead to a better quality of life. While some may find the ban extreme, many Singaporeans support it, valuing the cleanliness and order it brings to their daily lives. So, next time you visit Singapore, remember to leave your gum at home and enjoy the spotless streets and efficient public transport. It's a small price to pay for experiencing one of the cleanest and most orderly cities in the world. Hold on to your hats, folks, because this next one is a real head-scratcher. We're heading to Italy, the land of pizza, pasta, and apparently immortality. Well, at least in one particular town. You see, in the quaint little town of Falciano del Masico, dying is strictly prohibited. Yes, you heard that right, it's against the law to die within the town limits. Now, you might be wondering how on earth a law like that could possibly be enforced. After all, death, much like taxes, is generally considered to be one of life's few inevitabilities. Well, the story goes that this unusual law was enacted by a former mayor who was fed up with the town's overcrowded cemetery. His solution: ban death altogether, and it certainly makes you wonder what happens if you do happen to shuffle off this mortal coil in Falciano del Masico. The townspeople have mixed feelings about this peculiar law. Some find it amusing, while others are baffled by its practicality. Local newspapers have had a field day with this story, often featuring it in their headlines. Town hall meetings are filled with debates on how to handle the situation, especially when someone is gravely ill. Medical professionals in the town are often caught in a dilemma, trying to keep everyone alive to comply with the law. So, if you ever find yourself in Falciano del Masico, remember to stay healthy, and most importantly, alive. Let's hop over to Canada now, eh? Land of maple syrup, hockey, and a surprising amount of legislation surrounding loose change. That's right, in Canada you can actually get in trouble for paying for things with too many coins. According to the Currency Act, businesses are not required to accept more than a certain amount of coins for any given transaction. So if you try to pay for your double-double and a donut with a bucket full of pennies, don't be surprised if the cashier gives you the side eye. This law is meant to prevent businesses from being bogged down by mountains of coinage. but it does raise some interesting questions. If you're planning on making a big purchase in Canada, you might want to leave the piggy bank at home. Our next stop takes us to Japan, a nation known for its technological advancements, its unique culture, and apparently its very specific ideas about body image. Because in Japan, being overweight is actually against the law. The law doesn't target individuals directly. Instead, it focuses on companies and local governments, encouraging them to implement measures to combat obesity within their workforce and communities. There are mandatory waistline checks for adults between the ages of 40 and 74, and those who exceed the government-set limits are given health guidance and encouraged to lose weight. The idea is to address Japan's growing obesity rates and promote a healthier lifestyle. It's a complex issue with no easy answers, but it certainly raises questions about the role of government in regulating personal health choices. G'day mates! Let's swing down to the land of kangaroos, koalas, and surprisingly strict rules about disrupting special occasions. That's right, in Australia it's illegal to disrupt a wedding or funeral. Now this might seem like a no-brainer. After all, who in their right mind would want to ruin someone's big day or disrupt a somber occasion? Well, apparently, it's a problem that needed addressing because the law is on the books. And it's not just a slap on the wrist either. We're talking hefty fines, potential jail time, the whole shebang. Let people have their special moments without turning it into an episode of Jerry Springer. Right then, let's pop over to the UK, land of tea, crumpets, and apparently very specific regulations regarding the handling of fish, specifically salmon. That's right, folks, in the UK, it's illegal to handle a salmon in suspicious circumstances. This law is more about preventing poaching and illegal fishing than it is about cracking down on fishy fashion choices. The wording of the law is intentionally vague, giving authorities the power to apprehend anyone they believe is up to no good with a salmon in their possession. It's a classic example of British legal quirkiness, but also a reminder that even the most seemingly absurd laws often have a logical, or at least semi-logical, explanation behind them. Bonjour from France, the land of romance, baguettes, and a surprising amount of legal drama surrounding the naming of pigs. That's right, folks. In France, it's illegal to name a pig Napoleon. The law dates back to the 19th century and is believed to have been enacted to prevent any potential insult or disrespect to the memory of Napoleon Bonaparte. It's a fascinating glimpse into the enduring legacy of one of history's most iconic figures, even if it does seem a bit, well, ridiculous. Imagine being a French pig farmer, carefully selecting the perfect name for your prize-winning porker, only to be told, "Sorry, old chap, Napoleon is strictly off limits. Might we suggest something a bit less imperial? How about Jean-Claude? Or maybe Pierre?" Let's journey now to Thailand, the land of smiles, stunning temples, and a deep respect for currency. That's right, folks, in Thailand, it's considered incredibly disrespectful to step on money. Now, this isn't just about keeping your baht bills clean, it's rooted in a deep cultural belief that money, particularly banknotes bearing the image of the revered king, should be treated with the utmost respect. Stepping on money is seen as a sign of disrespect not only to the king, but also to the country and its people. So if you're ever in Thailand, be mindful of where you step. It's a good reminder that when traveling abroad, it's always best to err on the side of caution and respect local customs, even if they seem a bit unusual at first glance. And finally, we end our journey back in the good old US of A, specifically in the fine town of Quitman, Georgia, where the chickens apparently know better than to cross the road. That's right, folks, in Quitman it's illegal to let your chickens run wild. Now, this might seem like a no-brainer. After all, nobody wants a bunch of rogue chickens wreaking havoc on their flower beds and holding up traffic. So, if you're a resident of Quitman and you're thinking about giving your feathered friends a little taste of freedom, you might want to reconsider. It's a reminder that even in the land of the free, there are still rules to be followed, even if those rules involve keeping your poultry in check. Well, there you have it, folks. A whirlwind tour of some of the most bizarre laws from around the globe. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more intriguing content. And be sure to let us know in the comments which law you found the most bizarre. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay out of trouble.